Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Intensity Broadcasting. My name's Josh Hall. This is the Doghouse Racing League Shoney's Tuesday Night Truck Series here on Intensity. And tonight's race is brought to you by BMF Detailing. Visit bmfdetailing.com for more info. We are getting ready to kick off the season here. It's the Southern Swing here with the Doghouse Racing League, brought to you by Shoney's. This season we're going to start at Homestead. We'll have some fun trucks mixed in here, such as Bristol, some Richmond, North Wilkesboro, Texas, Nashville Super Speedway, the Charlotte Roval. We'll even see 5 flags before the chase starts. And yes, this series will have a chase this season with Atlanta, Nashville Fairgrounds, Talladega, Rockingham, and finishing back here at Homestead-Miami. Practice is about 3 minutes from being completed here. We see Jonathan Jennings currently at the top of the board. Jeremiah Stutzman currently second fastest. Christopher Leftwich back in third. Of course, as always, we want to thank Shoney's for being our series sponsor. Of course, Doghouse Racing League's Tuesday Night Truck Series is proud to be sponsored by Shoney's. Shoney's is open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop by one of their West Virginia locations and try their freshly prepared legendary breakfast bar and take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's, delicious food and friendly service since 1947. Of course, those whole strawberry pies are great for family or office gatherings, holidays, picnics, and any celebration you'd like to make just a little bit sweeter. Also, we want to thank our sponsor here, a newly acquired sponsor here on Intensity Broadcasting. Of course, if you've been around the sim community for a while, you're familiar with the Butt Kicker brand. Butt Kicker is established and trusted leader in haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker haptic producers let you feel ultra-low frequency sounds. Butt Kicker's patented designs make it incredibly accurate, powerful, and virtually indestructible. Check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out which one's right for you at thebuttkicker.com. So with about a minute left here in practice, we get ready to kick off the season again here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Homestead's a tricky track. Right now we're running this during the daytime, so track temperatures are going to be a little bit on the higher side. We'll take a look at the track information here. And we can see actually cloudy today, so the track temperature isn't all that high. Right around 98 degrees, so 78 degrees is the air temperature. A little bit of humidity, about 46%, so these trucks are going to have a lot of more grip than if it was sunny out here tonight. Homestead's a track. It's got progressive banking, so you can run it in a couple different ways. We see Chris Leftwich right now running the low lane here, or actually running more of the middle lanes right down to the white line. And as you come off of turn number 2, there's a big bump off the exit right here. He's going to run high of it, but that can really upset the truck, especially if you're in a pack of trucks and you're pinched down a little bit. So watch for that be a trouble spot here. And even though the track is pretty symmetrical in look, it drives totally different in turns 3 and 4 than it does in 1 and 2. So we have about 5 minutes to get qualifying underway here. Let's see who our first drivers are to make their way out onto the track for qualifying. You see David Husley making his way out onto the speedway. Also Adam Thompson, Chris Leftwich, Daniel Wilkerson, Andrew St. Cyr, EJ Luna, Steve Gerber, all making their way onto the racetrack at this time. A lot of familiar faces out here tonight. Looks like a couple new names here as well. Of course, last season's champion Kevin Thompson in the race here tonight, trying to defend that title. Starting at Homestead-Miami, and especially being the first race of the season and the last race this season, that gives these drivers a little opportunity to kind of figure out what their trucks are going to do, especially if you make it into the playoffs, into the chase. It gives you a little bit of an idea how well you're going to run in that final race. As David Husley comes across, he's the first driver to set a lap with a 33.64, immediately gets bumped down by Chris Leftwich. Adam Thompson currently third fastest as of right now. Steve Gerber just bumped David Husley and Adam Thompson back a spot as he goes P2. Daniel Wilkerson, our league admin, making his way off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. Qualifying awfully quick here with just 5 minutes of qualifying. Doesn't give these drivers a lot of time to get out there and get their qualifying underway. Wilkerson takes the checkered flag. He's going to be P10 at the moment. Andrew St. Cyr just jumped up to the top of the board. So a great lap for St. Cyr with a 33.46. And Justin McMahon, the New England native, bumps him off the provisional pole. See if anybody else is able to outdo that 20 machine. See the 5 of Kenny Heath making his way off of turn number 4, coming to take the white flag for his second lap here. See where his first lap slates him. He's going to jump up into the 16th position. Down into turns 3 and 4. Heath running that more of a middle line, which you can run here at Homestead-Miami. Progressive banking, so the banking on the outside is more than the bottom of the track. So some drivers might find a little more speed up on that higher side, as Heath's going to go 14th quickest. We'll see last year's champion Kevin Thompson making his way off of turn number 4. And with 55 seconds left, he should be able to get both laps in here. See a lot of drivers choosing not to qualify tonight. See these drivers trying to knock the rust off here tonight. We'll see if that keeps them in the back, trying to keep themselves out of trouble. Thompson down into turns 3 and 4, right down on that white line, trying to cut the track as short as possible off of turn number 4. And Thompson is going to go P5. John Thompson in the chat says, "Good luck, son." Talking about Kevin Thompson, who we're watching right now. And that is going to conclude qualifying here as we get ready to grid them up here and get ready to go racing here on Intensely Broadcasting. Again, we want to thank everybody who's joined us tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or Twitch. That's right, we're restreaming on Twitch yet again. Don't forget to drop a like, follow, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell. That way you know when we go live here on Intensely Broadcasting. Let's take a look at your starting grid with Justin McMahon in the 20, getting the pole here tonight at Homestead-Miami. Mike Leftwich in the 60. He'll roll off from P2. Then Andrew St. Cyr and Kevin Powell will make up row number 2. Row 3 will find last year's champion, the 21 of Kevin Thompson, with Mike Sema back in the 6th position. Andrew Hayes will roll off 7th with Mike Gerber to his outside in the 8th position. And in the top 10, we'll find Chris Leftwich and Steven Tucker. Back in 11th is the 57 of David Husley with Jason Miz in the 7th, rolling off from 12th. 13th will be EJ Luna and Adam Thompson with Kenny Heath and Daniel Wilkerson back in row number 8. Row 9 is Ricky Hudges with Jeffrey Wimmer, his outside. And round out your top 20 will be Michael Lester Sr. and the 91 of Jonathan Jennings. 21st, Jeremiah Stutzman, Eric Peck back in the 22nd position. Adam Gardner rolls off 23rd, and Christopher Simon back in 24th. Chuck Cobb in the 25th position. Leander Johnson back in 26th. 27th, Michael Bowen. Doug Solms in 28th. And rounding out the field is the 8 of Jason Reum. Again, we want to thank our race sponsor here tonight, BMF Detailing. You can check out more information at bmfdetailing.com. Also, of course, our league sponsor, Shoney's, as always, here on Tuesday nights. As well as we have a halfway race sponsor as well. So when we get to the halfway mark, we will talk about that as the field starts to roll out onto the track. For one pace lap before we go green flag racing for 66 laps here at Homestead-Miami. Don't forget to join us after this race is over. 9:30 Eastern Time, the SCSRA Maze Construction Truck Series will be taking off tonight. Of course, they'll be getting down and dirty at Bristol tonight, so if you like dirt racing, check that out here after this race is over. But first, we got to settle the first race of the season here on the Shoney's Doghouse Racing League season. Justin McMahon, Mike Leftwich. Green flag is in the air. We're racing here at Homestead, and a great jump for Justin McMahon. Getting way out in front of Mike Leftwich as they make their way down into turns 1 and 2 for the first time. Already some great racing in the back here. You see Mike Sema up on the high side. Some 3 wide racing off of turn number 2 already as they make their way down the backstretch for the first time. Down into turns 3 and 4. And we see the 12 of Andrew St. Cyr making a big move through the middle. Trying to get around Mike Leftwich to move himself up into the 3rd position. Kevin Powell stocking the 20 of Justin McMahon. And we have our first caution of the race already. Not 100% sure what brought that out, but that's going to bring up our first wreckage rewind of the night. Take a look to see what exactly brought this one out. Looks like it was a single car spin. The 8 of Jason Reum. Actually, it looks like it might have started up in front of him. Yeah, it looks like it started with the 3 of St. Cyr. Sorry, the 3 of Mike Sema. Oh, few trucks involved in this one, actually. So, Sema up on the high side, loses it all by himself. David Husley does a good job to get around the 62 with nowheres to go. Comes piling in. Hard contact for him, the 16. That's Adam Thompson involved as well. Well, tough break for a couple trucks out there tonight. Again, the Doghouse Racing League does not use fast repairs. So anybody who gets involved in a wreck here, they're going to have to get in there and get their trucks fixed the best they can. So 16 of Adam Thompson, again, was involved. Mike Sema. And I'm not sure who the 62 is. That's 62 is Steven Tucker, who has retired from the race. So Justin McMahon maintains the lead here at Homestead as we work our first caution of the night. A couple drivers do come down pit road, some for damage, some to top off their fuel, so see if they can run a little bit longer here tonight. Justin McMahon will choose the outside lane here on this restart. Andrew St. Cyr down on the bottom. Kevin Powell and Kevin Thompson back in row number 2. Andrew Hayes and Mike Leftwich back in row 3. Jason Miz up 5 spots in the 7th. Chris Leftwich in 8th. EJ Luna and Dave Husley back in row number 5. As we get ready for the restart here at Homestead, pace car getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. We've got them re-racked, restacked, and getting ready to refire in the Geico restart zone. Again, the leader has to restart in the zone. There we go. Green flag is back in the air. We are back racing. And a little bit of contact a little further back. Couple cars off pace as we're already 3 wide. Christopher Simon getting a little out of shape. And the 6 of Michael Lester Sr. really out of shape here. Able to hold on to it. We got another one around, though. I think it's Chuck Cobb in the 81. He goes around. Caution does not come out. We remain racing. Kevin Thompson up into the 3rd position. He was able to get around Kevin Powell. And the caution now comes out. I'll bring up another wreckage rewind as we take a look to see exactly what brought out that caution. I don't know if it was the 81 going around and coming back on track. Let's see if we can find out exactly what did indeed bring out that caution. Not 100% sure what brought out the caution, but let's take a look to see what happened to the 81. Oh, got tagged by the 19 of Steve Gerber. That sent him down across the track. And then, again, not really sure what actually brought out the caution here. Looks like everybody was rolling, so. We see Chuck Cobb making his way down on the pit road. See one truck getting the wave around here. That is the 3 of Mike Sema. It's going to put him back onto the lead lap. And this is just a product of a new season. Drivers haven't really been around each other for a while. They had a couple preseason races, but sometimes not having those laps under your belt around people can cause incidents like this to happen, but we'll see if they're able to get things cleaned up a little bit here. Once again, we'd like to thank Shoney's for being our series sponsor here tonight. Doghouse Racing League's Tuesday Night Truck Series is proud to be sponsored by Shoney. Shoney's open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop by one of their West Virginia locations and try their freshly prepared legendary breakfast bar and take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's, delicious food and friendly service since 1947. Of course, we also want to thank Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is an established and trusted leader in haptics. Butt Kicker brand of products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers worldwide. Its patented design makes it incredibly accurate, powerful, and virtually indestructible. The Gamer Plus is a new and upgraded sim racing gaming haptic hardware that reproduces immersive, accurate, and powerful sim racing, sim flight, and gaming effects. To check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out which one is right for you, visit thebuttkicker.com. Of course, all our great sponsors here tonight, BMF Detailing, Shoney's, Butt Kicker, as well as the Intensity Broadcasting web store, all down in the description below. Of course, you can visit intensitybroadcasting.com for all your favorite Intensity Broadcasting t-shirts, novelty shirts, as well as Ali Atman-Weiss's racing gear as well. His Bandolero career has been taking off. He's almost to the end of the season, so if you want to show support, you can visit us at intensitybroadcasting.com. Well, here we go. We're re-racked, restacked, getting ready to refire yet again. Justin McMahon up on that high side. Kevin Powell down on the low side. Again, McMahon has to maintain pace speed until he reaches that restart zone on the front stretch. That is the box that's designated by the Geico lettering on the wall and the apron. He can take off anywhere in that box he likes. Takes off too early, he gets black flag. Takes off later than that, the race will resume with or without him. And here he goes. Took off in the middle of the box, and he gets another great jump on second place. And already we got some drivers trying to make some moves while the tires are cooled off. EJ Luna down on the low side, trying to get around the 13 of Chris Leftwich, excuse me. Up front, St. Cor use a little side draft on the 93 here, trying to get around. We see the 37 of Andrew Hayes also trying to force it 3 wide, thought better of it, tucks back in behind Kevin Powell, and they're 3 wide off of turn number 3. Kevin Thompson being smart there, running up on that high side, trying to see what he can do here to get himself up towards the front. A little further back, Jason Miz trying to make a move here on Mike Leftwich as they rocket down the backstretch. Takes a look down to the inside, but Leftwich is going to shut the door. And St. Cor, Kevin Powell side by side for second. Powell's going to have a great entry up on that high side. St. Cor, though, see if he has the muscle to carry the speed off of turn number 2 to try to make that move. And Powell just a little stronger up on that high side. We see Kevin Thompson riding right behind, trying to figure out which driver he wants to follow through. Ooh, St. Cor pushes up the track just a little bit. Almost some contact between those two. Justin McMahon is loving seeing this in his mirror. And St. Cor is going to tuck back in line, because the more those drivers battle side by side, the more he's going to be able to pull away. We see Chris Leftwich up on the high side, trying to get a run here. Catch back up to EJ Luna. Now he's going to dive down to the bottom. And he's going to take away the 6th position from EJ Luna. David Husley, Jason Miz side by side off of turn number 4. Miz going to take over the 10th position. Now a little further back, there's a battle back here between Jeremiah Sitzman and Kenny Heath. Back towards the front, side by side battle. Chris Leftwich and Andrew Hayes. Leftwich's been getting some good runs up on that high side. He's able to get to the back gas so much quicker than Andrew Hayes is, but they're going to be drag race down the front stretch and into turn number 1. Hayes fighting back hard on the inside. Leftwich trying to get that good run up on the high side. And he's going to clear Hayes down into turn number 3. Up front, Kevin Powell's run down Justin McMahon. The interval is just under 0.2 of a second. Take a look off the back bumper of Justin McMahon. Powell running right there in the tire marks, trying to run that 20 machine down. That's Kevin Thompson and Andrew St. Cyr are side by side. It's a battle for third. Big gaggle of cars back here, led by EJ Luna. Oh, Miz gets really loose on the high side above David Husley. He's able to hold on to it. What a great save for Jason Miz, as he's able to hold on to that truck up on the high side. At this point in the race, these tires are starting to fall off a little bit. Trucks are starting to move around a bit. Track's starting to get really slick. It's Miz working down to the low side of Mike Leftwich. As we complete lap number 18. Oh, some contact. Leftwich up into the wall. Able to hold on to it, though. No caution. Now the caution is out. And that's going to bring up another wreckage rewind as we take a look to see exactly what happened on Mike Leftwich here. We saw the side-by-side racing here with Jason Miz, and as they make their way down into turn number 1, Miz just pushes up the track, just misses the corner completely, comes up into the side of Leftwich. Able to keep that truck up on the high side in the wall, not coming back across traffic and getting anybody else involved. Driver's doing a great job of avoiding the 6, and that's going to bring the entire field down on the pit road. Everybody making their way down on the pit road, getting tires and fuel. Let's see who's able to get off pit road first. We see the right side's going up on the 20. One driver did stay out. That is the 71 of Jeremiah Stutzman. Daniel Wilkerson gambling here. makes his way off pit road. So Jeremiah Stutzman stays out. He last pit on lap number 8. And I think Wilkerson may have missed his pit stall because it doesn't look like he actually made his way down into his pit stall. So we'll see if he comes back into pit road this time. Yep, there goes Wilkerson down onto pit road. But Stutzman does stay out. So a little bit of a gamble here from the 71 truck. Trying to see if he can hold off the field on those older tires. There we go. Lights are off on the pace car. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing. Jeremiah Stutzman's going to restart on the low side. Justin McMahon up on the high side. We've seen McMahon really like that high side. But he's going to have to wait for Jeremiah Stutzman to take off before he's able to use that advantage on the high side. Pace car dives down on the pit road. And green flag is back in the air. We're back racing, and a good jump for the 71 of Stutzman. So he makes his way down into turn number 1, and Andrew St. Cyr is going to move right around the 20 of McMahon up into the second position. Caution is back out. And oh, we got a big pile up down in turn number 2. And they are still wrecking down there, and see if we can see exactly what happened here. Looks like it started back with the 3 of Michael Sema. And oh, the 5 spun his tires. People came piling in, and then as the caution came out, looks like a couple drivers checked up a little too hard, and yeah, we see the rest of the field Just nowheres to go. The track gets blocked, and a lot of drivers involved after the yellow flag comes out. So Jeremiah Stutzman's going to remain the leader here, as we see driver going around getting the lucky dog. I believe that was Christopher Simon getting the wave around here. So when the field crosses the line this time, we'll have just one lap to go. Again, tough break for a couple drivers. We're having a really good run here tonight. Drivers like Eric Peck, Chris Leftwich, Ricky Hudges, Steve Gerber, all now on pit road with damage after that incident checking up for the yellow flag. Don't forget, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitch, we do appreciate you joining us here tonight. Don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe, and check out all the links for our great season sponsors down in the description below. So Jeremiah Stutzman's going to restart on the low side again. Andrew St. Cyr is going to take the outside. McMahon not restarting on the front row for the first time all race. He's going to be behind the 71 machine. As the field makes their way through turns 3 and 4, pace car getting ready to take that left-hand turn on the pit road. See what McMahon can do now, restarting on the low side behind Stutzman. Green flags back in the air. We're back racing, and a great jump for Stutzman again. He leaves everybody in the dust as they make their way down into turns 1 and 2. St. Cyr able to clear the 20 of McMahon. And how about Andrew Hayes getting around the 21 of Thompson? Move himself up into 4th. Thompson, though, fighting back hard on the high side. A little further back, we see the 8 of Jason Riume, who had some issues earlier in the race, now finds himself up in almost into the top 10. Right behind Jason Miz, who is in 10th, as Chuck Cobb takes a look down to the inside, trying to take the 11th position away. McMahon to the inside of St. Cyr. He's going to slot himself up into the 2nd position. And those older tires of Jeremiah Stutzman now starting to show their age as McMahon's going to jump up to the high side to try to take the lead away here on lap number 30. Side by side for the lead, Justin McMahon, Jeremiah Stutzman. Stutzman able to hold off McMahon up on those older tires. And not quite able to clear the 71 as they rocket down the backstretch. Now McMahon's going to solidly take over the lead. And Andrew St. Cyr is going to try to take away that second position. And St. Cyr now up into second. A little bit of a gap, though, between Jeremiah Stutzman and the 21 of Kevin Thompson. So McMahon back out in front as he makes his way through turns 3 and 4. Getting ready to cross the line for halfway. And we'd like to thank our midway stage sponsor, Tiffany Leftwich, over at Pink Zebra. You can check out her website at pinkzebrahome.com/sprinklebutterflies. Pink Zebra is a candle and warmers company, so you can check them out again at pinkzebrahome.com/sprinklebutterflies. The link is also down in the description below. Kevin Kinder checking in. Good to see you, Kevin. I'm doing well. Getting ready for another truck doubleheader here tonight with the Doghouse Racing League. Oh, we got an issue down on the backstretch. Hard contact for two drivers. The 37 of Andrew Hayes. I believe that was Kenny Heath. Yes, the 91 of Kenny Heath involved as well. Caution back out on the track. I just barely saw it out of the corner of my eye as those two were going around on the backstretch. Let's take a look to see exactly what happened here. It looks like a little contact between the 37 and Kevin Powell in the 93. Powell was able to continue on, but we see Andrew Hayes come back across the track and into the side of Jonathan Jennings. Those two go for a spin. So tough break for Jennings. Really wasn't really involved in the initial contact, but just wrong place at the wrong time as we see a bunch of drivers making their way down on the pit road. Kevin Powell, Jeremiah Stutzman, Adam Gardner, Jason Miz, Chuck Cobb, Daniel Wilkerson, Doug Solms, Jeffrey Wimmer. Your top five, though, stay out on track. So there's a bit of a strategy here. These drivers towards the back, really nothing to lose. They're going to have fresher tires than your leaders. Oh, that's Garrett. I'm sorry, Garrett. I'm used to seeing Kevin in here tonight. You know how it is. Either way, G, I'm good to see you. It's been one of them days, you know? Just one of them days. So as we work our fifth caution of the night, Justin McMahon retakes the lead here. We are just past halfway. Justin McMahon has pretty much dominated this race. He's been out front almost all race long. We see him continuing the lead here over Andrew St. Cyr and Kevin Thompson. We got a doubleheader, not at Homestead, but we got the Truck Series, the Doghouse Racing League, brought to you by Shoney's here at Homestead. After this one's over, the SCSRA Truck Series is going to get down and dirty at Bristol Motor Speedway on dirt. So a little bit of tale of two different races here tonight. So we're looking forward to two different disciplines of racing tonight here at Homestead, with that 1.5 mile progressive banking speedway feel, then going on dirt with the trucks. So we'll see who's able to master the dirt over in the SCSRA. So lights on the pace car are off. We're going to get back to green flag racing at the conclusion of this lap. Again, we see Justin McMahon choosing the high side here on the restart. Kevin Thompson down on the low side. Jason Riome back in third, and Andrew St. Cyr up on the fourth position. So pace cars are getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. McMahon hits that loud pedal. We're back. Green flag racing here at Homestead. Thompson, though, kind of reading that start. He was able to almost stay with McMahon as they make their way down into turns 1 and 2. David Husley on the high side of Adam Gardner trying to make something happen out there. Gardner on fresher tires than Husley by 15 laps. We'll see if those 15 laps mean anything. Kevin Thompson tries to stock that 20 of Justin McMahon. How about we listen to these trucks at full song at a little segment I like to call Pump Up the Intensity. If I unmute myself here, and we see a great battle here between Adam Gardner and Jason Riome, and Riome tried to pull a little crossover there, wasn't able to make it work. Here comes Daniel Wilkerson in the 78. He's on fresher tires. Try to take a look down underneath the 8. Just doesn't have the power to get around that 8 machine just yet. Justin McMahon, still your leader, but Kevin Thompson starting to reel in that 20 machine. The first time the McMahons really had any kind of a threat from behind since early in the race. So see how that plays out for him as Wilkerson now takes a look down to the inside. Put him up into the 6th position. Jason Miz giving a big push down the front stretch to Kevin Powell. Trying to set him up for the pass. They make their way off a turn at number 2. Takes a look to the inside, just doesn't have the power to get down underneath. Just in front of these two, we see Jason Riome trying to get around the 78, I'm sorry, the 91 of Jonathan Jennings. Jennings, though, throws the block down into the corner, keeps that 8 truck behind him. Now Miz takes a look down underneath Powell as they come down the backstretch. Miz going to take over the 9th position. See if he can also get around the 8. Off of turn number 4. He had a decent amount of momentum, but not enough to try to make the move. Now he's going to dive down into turn number 1. And that'll put the 7 machine up into the 8th position. Daniel Wilkerson working around the 57 of David Husley. Moves himself up into the 4th position. So Daniel up 12 positions up into the 4th position. But he's got just over 2.5 seconds to catch the 3rd place running Andrew St. Cyr. But as you can see, lap time's pretty even between these two. That time by, Wilkerson was almost 0.2 quicker. So we'll see if Wilkerson can crack himself up into the top 3 here and get a podium here tonight. Jason Miz taking a look down underneath the 57 Husley now. And Miz now up into the 6th position. McMahon able to pull away from Thompson. He's about a half a second ahead of the 21 as we're coming to 15 laps to go when we cross the line next time. St. Cyr runs back in 3rd. But he has a hard charging Daniel Wilkerson. Daniel, in that 78 machine, has already cut that lead, that interval between him down to just over 2,000 seconds. And McMahon is on pit road. So Justin McMahon, not enough fuel to make it to the end. He's down on pit road. That gives the lead to Kevin Thompson. Now, Thompson and St. Cyr are both last on pit road on lap number 20. Daniel Wilkerson was down on lap 35, so we know that the 78 can make it to the end. Can Kevin Thompson and Andrew St. Cyr save enough fuel to get to the end of this race? Thompson now down on pit road. gives the lead over to Andrew St. Cyr. And with a hard-charging Daniel Wilkerson right behind St. Cyr, Jonathan Jennings also running down Wilkerson just a little bit faster. Last time by, he was 0.2 faster than Wilkerson. As now St. Cyr makes his way down on the pit road, giving the lead of the race to Daniel Wilkerson. Now can Wilkerson hold off a hard-charging Jonathan Jennings with just 13 laps to go? Clean air is so big here at Homestead. We'll see if Jonathan Jennings is able to run down that 78 machine, or if he's going to stall out behind. We see Wilkerson using that low line. Momentum off the corner, using every inch of track. He gets a little loose. That's going to allow Jennings to take a look down to the inside. And Jonathan Jennings is going to take over the lead here at Homestead. It's half a second back from Wilkerson down to Jason Miz. And then almost 3 seconds back to fourth place. So right now, the battle for the win will be between these three trucks, with just 11 laps to go here in the season opener at Homestead-Miami. A little further back, there's a three-way battle here. This is for 5th, 6th, 7th. Adam Gardner, David Husley, and Kevin Powell. Powell looking down to the inside of Husley. Trying to take over that 6th position. A lot of big movers here in the race tonight. Jonathan Jennings up 19 positions from where he started. Daniel Wilkerson up 14 positions. Jason Miz up 9. Jeremiah Stutzman up 17. Adam Gardner up 18. Michael Bowen, Doug Solms both up in 19 positions. So some big movers. Unfortunately, when we have big movers, that means we've got some big movers in the other direction as well, as David Husley now makes his way down on the pit road. And Jonathan Jennings' lead has grown over Daniel Wilkerson by 1 second. We just saw Andrew St. Cyr, who's on fresh tires, making his way around Jason Miz. You can see just how much quicker those fresher tires are going to be. As he's going to make easy work of the 78 of Wilkerson. Well, with 7.5 laps to go, Jonathan Jennings with a commanding lead over Daniel Wilkerson, 1.3 seconds. With a race where the first half was muddled with yellows, the second half has run pretty clean, and that's really changed the strategy. It's thrown a monkey wrench into our early leaders here. You see St. Cyr making his way around the 91 to get back onto the lead lap. So that puts 16 cars up on the lead lap. As Jennings comes off of turn number 4 to make it just 6 laps to go. Kevin Thompson battling with Justin McMahon. This is a battle, what was for the lead earlier, now it's a battle for 14th. Thompson just not able to get around that 20 machine. As we see Jennings come across the line, just 5 laps to go here at Homestead-Miami. Jennings hoping that these last 5 laps are under green flag. Last thing he wants to see is a yellow come out. A little further back, we see a battle back here. Michael Bowen, Kevin Powell, Doug Solms all battling for position. Adam Gardner right up in front as well. It's 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, all on track. Your top 10 really all within a few car lengths of each other. Jason Miz working around the damaged truck of Michael Sema. And he has a hard charging Jeremiah Stutzman right behind him. So that 71 machine trying to make his way up and crack the top 3, get a podium here tonight at Homestead in the opening race. Jennings coming off of turn number 4. Popsicle sticks are in the air. Just 2 laps to go here at Homestead-Miami. And once that white flag flies, the yellow flag will be put away. With a 2.5 second lead over second place Daniel Wilkerson. Off of turn number 4, white flag is in the air for Jonathan Jennings. Just 1.5 miles to go to get his first win of the season in the first race this season and lock himself into the playoffs. Down the backstretch and into turn number 3. 2 corners remain for the 91 of Jonathan Jennings. Comes off turn number 4. Clear racetrack in front of him, and Jonathan Jennings is going to win the opening race here in the Shoney's Tuesday Night Truck Series season here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Daniel Wilkerson's going to come in second. Jason Miz back at third. Jeremiah Stutzman and Doug Solms round out your top 5 here tonight. As Jennings makes his way around to the front stretch to celebrate what was a great strategy here for Jennings and Wilkerson and Miz. Was the losing strategy for Justin McMahon, who had such a dominating car tonight. So see that 91 here, burning it down on the front stretch. Caught up in an early incident. Finds himself on the receiving end of some good strategy to get the win here tonight. As he burns it down all the way down the front stretch. I think he's going to try to burn it down all the way around the track if he can. No, he's going to lose it down into the corner. What a burnout for that 91 machine. Let's take a look at our results here tonight. Again, Jonathan Jennings is your winner. Daniel Wilkerson comes home second. Jason Miz, Jeremiah Stutzman, and Doug Solms round out your top 5. Michael Bowen comes home 6th. Chuck Cobb, Adam Gardner, EJ Luna, and Kevin Powell round out your top 10. Kenny Heath comes home 11th. Justin McMahon falls back to 12th. Kevin Thompson back in 13th. Jeffrey Wimmer and Michael Lester Sr. round out your top 15. 16th, Andrew St. Cyr. 17th, David Husley. Jason Riome comes home in 18th. 19th is Leander Johnson. 20th, Mike Leftwich. Steve Gerber, 21st. Ricky Hudges, 22nd. Michael Sema, Christopher Simon, and Andrew Hayes round out your top 25. Chris Leftwich comes in 26th. Eric Peck, 27th. Adam Thompson, 28th. And Steven Tucker rounds out the field here in the opening race of the Shoney's Tuesday Night Truck Series. Let's talk to our top three. Starting with your third place finisher, Jason Miz. Jason, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Man, what a great run for you here tonight. Strategy working out in your favor, getting you the podium here tonight. Do you think you might have had something for Daniel if the race would have gone a little longer, or did you know that he was just a little bit too quick for you out there tonight?
Oh, the top two they were on it. I was just lucky to finish third. I was holding on for dear life.
Yeah, we saw a couple times you had that truck completely sideways off the corner. Looked like the track was actually pretty slick out there tonight. Was it just the line you were running, or was it just that slick out there tonight?
It was definitely a little slick, but also a lot of fat foot. Honestly, I was just too hard. Driving it too hard, trying to get too much out of it.
Yeah, and almost a tale of two different races. The beginning of the race littered with cautions, and then a long green flag run to finish it out. Did that kind of surprise you having that long green flag run the way the race started?
Yeah, it definitely did. Although I was glad because I accidentally used both sets of tires by lap 37. So I was just glad it went that long run, because if we had a caution, I was not going to be faring out very well.
Well, congratulations with your first podium of the new season. Good to get that out of the way, get the momentum going for the rest of the season here. Before we let you go, anyone want to thank any shots you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, I just got to apologize to the 60 for my early incident with him. Just had too much faith in the truck to turn, and it didn't, and I caused him damage. So I just got to apologize for that one.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congrats on the podium here tonight, and good luck with the season moving forward.
All right, thanks. Appreciate you.
So that was your third place finisher, Jason Miz. Let's talk to the league owner and second place finisher, Daniel Wilkerson. Daniel, got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
I got you, Josh.
Man, what a great run for you using the strategy to get yourself up on the podium tonight. Top two finish. Led a couple laps here tonight. Jennings was a little bit stronger than you tonight, but it seemed like the strategies worked out in your favor. Were you kind of surprised to see that last run go green, especially after all the cautions we had the first half of the race?
I was, because I was scared. I accidentally took my last set of tires when I pitted to top off with gas there at the end. And so I knew that if it didn't go green, I was in bad shape, because I would get freight trained if we had a restart. So I kind of got lucky by messing up, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's funny because Jason Miz said the exact same thing to me just a moment ago. So, but Jonathan Jennings had a great run there at the end. I know he was able to run you down. You got running almost the same lap times there at the end. I know you didn't want to see the caution come out because you would have got freight trained, but would you have liked to see a little shootout there to see if you could have got to his bumper?
Maybe I could have, but I was backed off a little bit. I was trying to actually save my tires up until that point when I probably was starting to run the exact time, the same times as him. I'd kind of backed off a little bit at one point because I thought because we had so many cautions, I did not want to burn my tires all the way up. So then at the end I said, well, we're probably going to go green. So I started going again. But again, it was, I think Jonathan was stronger than me. I don't know if he had it, going all out either. So I don't think I could have got around him, but I'm happy with the second, man. I've had some tough luck in this truck league, so I'll take it.
Yeah, for sure. It seems like you always get the raw end of the stick here, but coming home with a podium tonight in the first race this season, that's got to be good momentum moving on for the rest of this Southern swing, if you will. Before we let you go, anyone want to thank any shots you got to give here tonight, Daniel?
Oh, man, just thank you to Shoney's for the sponsorship of the league. Thank you to our midway sponsor as well, and also to the race sponsor of BMF Detailing. We appreciate that as well, and to all my teammates at Loud Pedal Racing and the other admins that helped me keep this thing going. It's much appreciated. So I appreciate it.
For sure. And we look forward to seeing you carry that momentum as the season goes on, Daniel. Hopefully you get yourself a win here this season.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Josh.
Have a great night.
You too.
So as your second place finisher, Daniel Wilkerson, let's bring in your winner here tonight, Jonathan Jennings. Jonathan, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Man, what a great run for you tonight. Getting the win here tonight, locking yourself into the playoffs, and just starting off the season on the right foot. I know I heard both Jason Miz and Daniel Wilkerson both say that they accidentally took tires on lap 35. They didn't have any left in the pits. Are you going to tell me the same story? Did you have any tires left in the pits if the yellow would have came back out, or were you pretty much safe there at the end?
No, actually, I was involved in that last caution, so I was more worried about my damage, and I forgot to uncheck my tires. But luckily, it was a good mistake.
For sure, and I was going to say, I know you had the damage on the right side there. You're involved in a late race caution, but it actually ended up helping you a little bit. With the cautions coming out at the beginning of this race so much, were you kind of surprised to see that long green flag run at the end, and did that kind of help you there at the end?
Oh yeah, it definitely helped. I thought I was done for. I would have been done for if another caution would have come out, because tires is important at Homestead.
For sure, and I know a couple of drivers saying the track was incredibly slick out there tonight, but you're able to be in the right place at the right time and get the win here tonight. So congratulations on that win, the first race of the season, and carrying the momentum the next week as well. Before we let you go, Jonathan, anyone you want to thank, any shots you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, Daniel for the races every week, and you guys for the broadcast, and my teammates for all the work and practice we put in. It pays off.
For sure. Well, again, congratulations on the win here tonight, and how do you like your chances next week?
Man, I have no idea what's next.
Next week, you're going to be going on to, I'm looking at last week, your schedule. You'll be going on to Bristol next week. So how do you like your chances at the short track?
I like short tracks. I'm just not sure about Bristol. It's a little different.
Well, we look forward to seeing how you run next week. And again, congrats on the win tonight, kicking off the season right. And we look forward to seeing good luck to you for the rest of the season.
All right, man. Thank you.
So there you have it, your winner here tonight, Jonathan Jennings. Of course, we want to thank all of our great sponsors here tonight in the Shoney's Tuesday Night Truck Series. Of course, Shoney's, your series sponsor, your race sponsor tonight with BMF Detailing, and our halfway sponsor with Tiffany Leftwich over at Zebra. Sorry, I had the wrong up on my list screen here. Over at pinkzebrahome.com. You can find links to all of our great sponsors down in the link below, as well as links to intensitybroadcasting.com. Our setup shop down there as well that Allie's affiliated with, and of course Butt Kicker, who is coming on this season as a great sponsor of Intensity Broadcasting as well. So we look forward to bringing you action all season long here in the Doghouse Racing League. Again, congratulations to Jonathan Jennings. And as we move on next week to Bristol, we hope to see you back here on Intensity Broadcasting. Don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know anytime we're live. And we'll be bringing you our second races doubleheader tonight with the SCSRA Truck Series, Maze Construction Truck Series from Bristol Motor Speedway on the dirt. So if you like dirt racing and want to stick around for that one, as our boy Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over.